I wanted to talk about how the USA has. What I realized is that the USA allows for states to legalize cannabis on their own free will choice or through votes. But when it comes down to it, the USA needs more states with legalized cannabis to legalize cannabis fully. And so that's why the civilians need to protest and urge lawmakers and the Supreme Courts and the justice systems that we need real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol descheduled off the DEA list actually to look really intelligent and smart and wise throughout the whole entire USA to legalize cannabis as it may be affecting other countries relating with the United Nations and how it's hindering their legalization of cannabis as well too. And we don't want that occurring because in certain states in the USA that have cannabis legalized, we're starting to see stuff like not real, like a barely little bit of Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol, and mostly weird stuff like Delta 8, Delta 10, Delta 7, Delta 6, Delta 12 tetrahydrocannabinol, and it's not real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol. What that does is create like a glitch in the country because cannabis, real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol, is a Schedule 1 drug on the DEA list, and we need to deschedule that completely. We can't even put it on the DEA list. We need to completely take it off the DEA list if we want to legalize cannabis in the USA to the fullest extent, like Canada. And this is an urgent notice to somehow have lawmakers do so that we can get business sales going. We can get safely without having people having to sell on the streets. The the loss of real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol can be ceased and stopped and declined. People won't get scammed by needing to purchase Delta 8, Delta 10, Delta 12, Delta 6, Delta 7 tetrahydrocannabinol with barely a little bit of Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Um, because real money won't be flowing within the cannabis businesses and economies if real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol won't be sold. So that's what's required as well, most specifically, so that people don't get scammed and glitched. This kind of weird glitch of Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol majoritively not being sold. And then, so there's like three things. There's like a fourth thing, or a third thing actually, is that we have to implement cannabis, the real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol. It's a medicine, recreational medicine, or a medicinal recreational plant herb that needs to be implemented in hospitals as well too, because that's what it's mainly for, and it stops the degeneration of the longevity of life. It helps to, it seems like, and all the diseases from the biohazardous radioactive pollutants in the biosphere, from all the diseases that it may be able to create, harming the human holy vessel and holy flesh of Lord God's. Cannabis is a real win because it allows the human body to heal from all those diseases. And again, we don't want to harm the real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol business industry market. We don't want to selling Delta 8, Delta 10, Delta 12, Delta 7, Delta 11 tetrahydrocannabinol with barely little bit of amounts of Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol. We want to implement it in the hospitals, real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol. And another thing, real cannabis won't be being sold. Real money won't be being processed because real cannabis is not being sold. And that's what's the problem in the state of Illinois, it seems like. And so I want to help. And the fifth thing is that it's an American Spaniard patriotic recreational medicinal plant medicine. So that's why it's such a patriotic thing to legalize cannabis, real Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol, and get real money flowing in the economy and business. And how to learn from the mistakes, from all the problems, from learning, from starting to sell real Delta hydroc cannabis in the public mass populace.